Hi everybody and welcome to PE with Thompson, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to juggle. Now there are two reasons why I'm going to be doing that. The first reason is because juggling is cool, and the second reason is because it improves the left and right sides of your brain. So things like retaining information for exams, doing an exercise like this is only going to benefit you. Okay, the first thing you need is one ball. Okay, and all you're going to do is go from one hand to the other. Now when you're doing this, you want your hands to be quite relaxed. Okay, and you want it to sort of land softly into your hands as you go. Okay, you don't want your hands to be really rigid. You don't want the ball to be really low because it's going to make it very difficult when we introduce the next ball. And you don't want it too high so it bangs the ceiling. Okay, so kind of roughly just over head height. And that's all you're going to do is just practicing from one hand to the other. Okay. Once you're comfortable with this, we're then going to introduce the second ball. Okay, luckily for me I've got a few of these moon balls lying around. So with our second ball, all we're going to do is make sure we hold it in our hand, and we're going to throw it from our left hand into our right hand, and we're going to catch the ball. Okay, that's all we're going to do, because we need to practice catching the ball when there's already one in our hand already. Okay. Now what we're going to do for the next stage, before we catch the ball, we're actually going to lift this ball out of our hand. We're going to let it drop onto the floor, that's absolutely fine, before we do that, okay? So a little example is just like that. Now what we're going to do, once you've mastered that, is actually going to try and throw the ball slightly up, and if you can, catch it. If not, don't worry. But all we're going to do is slightly increase the height from our right hand as we throw it up, okay? When we're doing this, we're not throwing the ball over the top of it, we're going underneath the other ball, okay? So we're throwing the ball just before it lands. And you want to gradually increase the height. So you may only start quite low, but you're gradually increasing the height as we do it. Once you've managed to master that, we're going to introduce the third ball. Now with the third ball, you want to keep it in your more dominant hand, okay? So if you're right-handed, you start with the ball with two hands. On your right, if you're left-handed, you start it with two hands on the left hand. Now I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start it in my right. And all we're going to do is same process as we did at the start of the lesson. We're going to catch the ball into the hand that has two balls already in. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, okay? If we start it with two, we throw with our right, okay? Because that's where we've got two balls in there. And all we're going to do is then catch it, like that, okay? Don't worry about the third ball yet. We're just getting used to catching it with two hands. Getting used to the feel of having three balls. Oui. See, even I drop them every now and then. The next thing we're going to do is introduce the third ball now. Okay, so as we throw it, same process as before. We're going to then drop the ball or slightly lift it up before the next ball lands into the hand with two balls. Okay, so as I throw with my right hand, I then go underneath, I cascade underneath with my left, catch the right ball, so the orange one in my left hand, and just before I catch the tennis ball in my right, I'm going to throw the yellow moon ball, okay? So just to demonstrate and to watch, so it's going to be like this. And as we get more comfortable with that, we want to rise or increase the height with our third ball as we throw, okay? And that's all we're going to keep practicing. Soon, you'll get to a stage where you throw it up really high. And all we're going to do is just catch it that one time, and then we'll go back to the beginning, okay? So you've increased that height. So as we go, caught it in our left hand. Back to the beginning. Same again. We just keep practicing that until we're ready to progress on to the next stage. Now, the next stage after that is what we do with our left hand. So as I throw it up, 1, 2, 3, catch it in the second hand. Once you've done that for the second time, you can then move on to doing it 3 times. Maybe 4 times. The better you get at it, the easier it is for you. You won't be moving around the room all the time, throwing it where all the balls are, you know. You'll be able to stand still and do it. So that's my mission for you guys. To be able to stand still, and you are doing a cascade. And it's just continuous. So there we go. You've just been taught how to juggle with 3 balls really quickly. Go and learn it. Hashtag P with Thompson. Like and subscribe. Remember the Instagram channel at P with Thompson. Go check it out. Cheers, guys.